Patty was a happy milkmaid. She always had a bright smile on her face and a spring in her step. Her days were filled with the simple joys of farm life. She lived on a farm with her family. The farm was a lively place, bustling with the sounds of animals and the laughter of her siblings. Patty loved her family dearly and enjoyed spending time with them. Patty had a very important job. She was responsible for milking the cows, a task that required both patience and skill. Every morning, she would wake up early, even before the sun had risen, to start her work. Every morning, she milked the cows. The cows were gentle and knew Patty well. They trusted her and stood still as she worked. Patty would hum a little tune as she milked, making the task more enjoyable. She put the fresh milk in a pail. Patty's family needed milk. The milk was used for drinking, cooking, and making delicious dairy products like butter and cheese. Patty took great pride in her work, knowing how important it was for her family. They drank it every day. The fresh milk was a staple in their diet, providing them with nourishment and energy for their daily chores. Patty loved seeing her family enjoy the fruits of her labor. Sometimes Patty had extra milk. On those days, she felt a sense of excitement because it meant she could take a trip to the market. The extra milk was a bonus that could be sold for a little extra money. She would take the extra milk to the market. The journey to the market was always an adventure. Patty would walk along the country roads, enjoying the fresh air and the beautiful scenery. At the market, she sold the milk. The market was a bustling place, filled with people from all around. Patty set up her stall and arranged the milk bottles neatly, ready for customers. Patty liked going to the market. It was a chance for her to meet new people and see old friends. She enjoyed the lively atmosphere and the sense of community. She liked talking to people. Patty was a friendly girl and loved hearing stories from the other market vendors and customers. She would often exchange recipes and farming tips with them. She liked seeing all the different things for sale. The market was a treasure trove of goods, from fresh produce to handmade crafts. Patty would often browse the stalls, dreaming of the things she could buy with her earnings. Sometimes, she would treat herself to a small snack or a trinket. It was her little reward for all the hard work she did on the farm. Patty cherished these moments of simple pleasure. After a successful day at the market, Patty would return home with an empty pail and a full heart. She felt a sense of accomplishment and looked forward to sharing her stories with her family. Her family would welcome her back with open arms, eager to hear about her day. They would gather around the table, listening to Patty's tales of the market and enjoying the treats she brought back. As night fell, Patty would lie in bed, dreaming of future market days and the adventures they would bring. She knew that each day was a new opportunity to learn, grow, and make happy memories. The farm would settle into a peaceful quiet, with the sun setting in the distance. Patty felt grateful for her life, her family, and the simple joys of being a milkmaid. One sunny day, Patty was going to the market. The sun was shining brightly, and the sky was a clear, brilliant blue. Birds were chirping merrily in the trees, and a gentle breeze rustled the leaves. Patty felt a sense of excitement bubbling inside her as she set off on her journey. She had a big pail of milk. It was so large that she had to balance it carefully on her head. The pail was filled to the brim with fresh, creamy milk that she had collected early that morning. Patty had worked hard to gather all this milk, and she was proud of her efforts. It was the most milk she ever had. Patty was very excited. She had never collected so much milk before, and she knew that today was going to be a special day. Her heart raced with anticipation as she imagined all the wonderful things she could do with the money she would earn from selling the milk. She knew she could sell all the milk. The market was always bustling with people, and there was always a high demand for fresh milk. Patty was confident that she would find many eager buyers who would appreciate the quality of her milk. This milk will make a lot of money, she thought. Patty started to daydream. She imagined herself standing at her market stall, with a long line of customers waiting to buy her milk. She could almost hear the clinking of coins as they dropped into her money pouch. She thought about all the things she could buy with the money. Patty's mind wandered to the many wonderful items she had always wanted. She pictured herself buying a beautiful new dress, a pair of shiny shoes, and perhaps even some delicious treats to share with her family. The path to the market was long and dusty. It stretched out before her, winding through fields and meadows. Despite the distance, Patty didn't mind the walk. She enjoyed the peacefulness of the countryside and the opportunity to think about her dreams. Patty hummed a happy tune as she walked. The melody lifted her spirits and made the journey feel shorter. She sang about the joys of life and the excitement of reaching the market. Her voice was sweet and clear, and it echoed through the trees. She couldn't wait to reach the market and sell her milk. The thought of finally arriving and setting up her stall filled her with energy. She quickened her pace, eager to see the familiar sights and sounds of the bustling market. Patty knew that today was going to be a great day, and she was ready to make the most of it. If I sell all this milk, Patty thought, I will be rich. She could already see the coins piling up in her little piggy bank, each one a step closer to her dreams. The thought of having so much money made her heart race with excitement. She closed her eyes and imagined all the wonderful things she would buy. Her mind wandered to a world of endless possibilities, where every wish could come true. She could almost feel the soft fabric of new clothes, the smooth handle of a shiny new toy, and the sweet taste of delicious treats. First, I'll buy a whole basket of fluffy chicks, she giggled. The thought of the tiny chirping chicks made her smile. She could see them pecking around her feet, their soft feathers brushing against her skin. She imagined herself feeding them, watching them grow bigger and stronger each day. They'll grow up into fat hens and lay so many eggs. Patty continued to dream. She could see the hens clucking happily in their coop, each one laying a perfect, shiny egg. She imagined collecting the eggs in a big basket, feeling the warmth of the freshly laid eggs in her hands. With so many eggs, she would never have to worry about money again. Then, I'll use the money from the eggs to buy a beautiful dress, she whispered excitedly. She could see herself walking into the store, her eyes wide with wonder as she looked at all the beautiful dresses. She imagined trying on different dresses, twirling around in front of the mirror, feeling like a princess. It will be pink and flowy, just like a princess. The dress would have layers of soft, silky fabric that swirled around her as she moved. She could see herself wearing the dress to a grand ball, dancing with a handsome prince. The thought of it made her heart flutter with joy. Patty's dreams were big, and she knew that with a little hard work and a lot of imagination, she could make them come true. Patty was so busy dreaming that she didn't see the rock in the path. She tripped. The pail flew up in the air. The milk spilled everywhere. Patty watched sadly as the white milk soaked into the dirt. There was no more milk left in her pail. "Oh no!" cried Patty. "Now I can't buy any chicks or a pretty dress." Patty sat on the ground feeling very sad. Her dreams of fluffy chicks and a pink dress were gone, just like the spilled milk. A kind old farmer saw Patty crying. He came over and asked, "Little one, why are you so sad?" Patty sniffled and told him about her dreams and the spilled milk. The farmer listened patiently and then smiled. "Patty," the farmer said gently, "it seems you were counting your chickens before they hatched." Patty looked at him confused. "What does that mean?" she asked. The farmer chuckled. "It means you were dreaming about things that hadn't happened yet. You can't spend money you haven't earned." Patty realized he was right. She had been so busy dreaming that she forgot to be careful with the milk. Patty thanked the farmer for his wisdom. She picked up her empty pail and walked back home. She knew she couldn't change what happened, but she learned a valuable lesson that day. When Patty reached home, she told her family about the spilled milk and the farmer's advice. They all laughed and reminded her that tomorrow was a new day. The next morning, Patty woke up with a smile. She had a new plan. She milked the cows carefully and filled her pail. This time, she paid attention to the path and walked slowly to the market. At the market, Patty sold her milk. She didn't dream about chicks or dresses. Instead, she focused on her work and earned her money honestly. Patty was very proud of herself. She used some of the money she had saved to buy bread for her family. She even had enough money left over to buy a small bag of seeds. "I'm going to plant these seeds," she excitedly told her mother. "Then, we can have fresh vegetables from our very own garden." Patty learned that true happiness comes from hard work and helping others. She continued to work hard and save her money. She never forgot the lesson of the spilled milk. And even though she never got her pink dress, Patty realized that sharing her bounty with her family brought her the greatest joy of all.